What's good, LATD Nation, man? We back in here with another one. Of course, this is, you know what? Y'all know us already by now. How y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Today, we're going to be looking at the details of
The Party Never Ends by Juice WRLD. The late great SoundCloud / emo rap legend who took the scene by storm in 2018.
Yep.
And despite a career that lasted less than 2 years, he's left an indelible impact on not just many people in just hip hop, but just in the world in general. A lot of people who aren't even really rap fans are Juice WRLD fans. So we don't really need to rehash. We all know tragically passed away December 2019. And at the time, it was reported that he had 2,000 or so songs in the vault. So naturally, fans have been eager to hear some of them songs, especially the leaks. Songs like Rental, songs like 24 Hours. Just a lot of legendary classic Juice WRLD snippets have been going around the community. Now, of course, he's had several posthumous albums predating this one, being Legends Never Die, of course, and Fighting Demons, which both were pretty good in my opinion. Legends definitely stands out as the better, but overall still great projects. But yeah, to make a long story short, people have been waiting on this album for years since it was announced in 2021. This is set to be his last album ever, so obviously there was a lot of hype going into it, and we'll just go ahead and dive in. So starting off, what did you think?
So, quick story. So, one of our videos, our last Juice WRLD video, was about the Party Never Ends cover, and we posted that on TikTok, and it got a lot of, a clip of it on TikTok. We can't post a whole video, it's too long anyway, but we posted a clip on TikTok, and a lot of people, it gained a lot of recognition, and a lot of people, I think a lot of people actually thought that we were talking about the album itself.
Yeah, I did notice that. In the comments, people were kind of like talking about the album,
right?
Rather than just the cover art, which the cover art is trash, by the way.
Yeah,
we terrible. Already did do a video on that, video up on the channel.
Yes, but it's like my thoughts on the album, kind of like, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a great, no, I ain't even gonna say it's a great album, but for it to be his last album, it doesn't live up to the hype, honestly. Truth be told, Legends Never Die was probably a better send-off than this one.
Yeah, I agree, because I feel like in the now 5 years, because he passed on the 8th of 2019, December. With it being now 5 years since he's been gone, they've released a lot of Lucy's, a lot of just like singles or whatever, and I kind of feel like they've kind of gone through the wealth of Juice WRLD music that most people really want to hear. Like Juice WRLD music that was really like in a finished, completed state, like stuff that you could tell he would want released. I feel like it's kind of gotten to the point where they kind of feel like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of like material to release. And unfortunately, this project does kind of show that, because for me personally, this project isn't bad, but it's just a very middle of the road, very
Yeah.
It doesn't really have the punch that Legends Never Die did. It doesn't really have the cohesion. Doesn't really feel grandiose. It doesn't feel like a moment or an event.
I will stop you there. For the first couple of songs, it is kind of like an event, because they have it set in the concert setting.
Yeah, because Bibby did report that it's supposed to feel like a Juice WRLD concert. Like, it's supposed to feel like you're at a Juice show.
And it did with the first couple of tracks, Party Never Ends, Misfit, AGATS2. I don't know the acronym.
All girls are the same too.
All girls are the same too. Okay, thank you. I was going to say AGATS, you know what I'm saying? AGATS 2, Insecure with Lil Nicki Minaj. With Nicki Minaj. Those were good songs that I enjoyed. Lace It as well. But after that, it hits about the middle point, and as soon as it hits the song with Goodbye by Kid Laroi.
Yeah, for me, I do echo that same sentiment. It starts off strong enough. I really, really like Misfit. That's probably the song that's going to stand the test of time the most for me from this project.
It's the most Juice WRLD song on this album.
That All Girls Are the Same Too. I had heard it before it was released, or before the album was released, because of course this was a single that was dropped ahead of the album. And at first, I looked at the title and I wasn't a fan of it because, you know, the label's been accused of being tacky and kind of sort of milking his legacy. And so
I can see
there's
that.
truth to that. But at the
see
same time, me personally, I'm still trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when I seen the cover and I seen the fact that it was named after one of his biggest songs, the song that broke him through. A lot of people forget that All Girls Are the Same is the song that put him on, but Lucid Dreams is the one that like shot him into the stratosphere. Right. And All Girls Are the Same too, honestly, isn't bad at all. It's actually a pretty good song.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it heavily, and I'm not even the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, but her version it was fire.
Yeah, I agree. Like Nicki did a really good job on it. Yeah, like I said, Misfit was really good. Lace It, that song came out last December, I remember, and I did listen to it quite a bit. I really enjoyed it. I thought that was good production. Solid verse from Jules, solid chorus. M has a very standout verse, whether people want to admit it or not. Yes, Eminem did kill a verse in 2023.
Yep.
You niggas can fight me on that.
Facts. No, Eminem did his thing on this one. It's kind of, when I saw I'm tripping, this album. When I listened to Legend Never Die, I didn't know that he was on that album either. And he did his thing with Eminem Speaks or something like that. Eminem Talks.
That was Fighting Demons, but yeah.
Fighting Demons.
But you're not actually wrong because M actually does speak on Legend Never Die. I can't remember what song it is. I think it's like.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't remember what song it is, but there's like a little snippet where they have a bunch of people, like they clipped a bunch of people talking about Juice both before and after he passed.
It wasn't Man of the Year though.
No, it wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't.
I think it was the song before Can't Die on the album.
The Man, the Myth, the Legend. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what,
the
exactly.
Man, the Myth, the Legend.
There you go. Yeah, because at the very end of that, M does speak. And I remember watching this interview specifically. It was an interview that he did with Crooked King or something like that. King Crooked, like in 2020, the very, very beginning of the year, right after Juice passed. I remember that interview specifically when he said that. So yeah, it was really cool to kind of see M kind of give him his flowers. Cole also is on that as well. And it was just a real full circle moment because Juice was a huge Eminem fan.
Right.
And so it was really cool to see M sort of help kind of further his dream because they did record Godzilla before he passed.
On Music to Be Murdered By.
Yeah, for sure. And that song was, that song went crazy. But yeah, back to the album though. After that, for me, the album isn't bad, but it really does kind of feel very middle of the road for the most part. There's not a lot here for me that I really grabbed onto, even with multiple listens. It's just kind of okay. It just kind of feels like very average, run of the mill, very by the numbers Juice WRLD. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel
anything different.
You're not gonna get anything stand out. You're not gonna get an Already Dead. You're not gonna get Wishing Well. You're not
Bandit.
gonna get exactly. You're not gonna get any of that Juice WRLD where he was at his best. You're gonna get more of the middle of the road sort of. This is okay, but I ain't really tripping on it to be real. Right. And especially this is evident for me in that middle portion of the project where it just feels like it's just a bunch of I don't want to say snoozes, but it just feels
like a bunch of songs just put together.
Exactly. There's not a whole lot because the thing with this album is like, it's billed as being a Juice WRLD concert, but that concept isn't really that well executed other than just the fact that it's a couple of voice snippets spliced in of Juice concerts and things like that. But I feel like one of the problems is that it's just kind of him just talking just for talking. Like, it would be one thing if they introduced it, like, if they had one voice snippet where he was, like, talking about, some hype type of music, and then you get into the bangers and then the more slow, melodic sort of things that he was known for. But it just kind of feels very just by the numbers, and it doesn't feel like it really added much of anything to his legacy. Right. And that's kind of one of the big criticisms I have for this, is that it almost feels like it didn't really need to. Don't get me wrong, more Juice WRLD music is never a bad thing, but at the same time, this isn't really Juice WRLD music that I'm tripping to hear. You feel me?
Right. truth be told, I only listened to this album about once or twice, and it's like you said, man, it's not really something I'm tripping over. I'm not, I'm not. Like, it's not terrible, but it's just run of the mill Juice WRLD. It's nothing. It's really nothing special. But the biggest thing that, like I said earlier in the video, Goodbye by Kid Laroi. Why does he have his own solo set? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I feel like maybe they were trying to go for a concert feeling where it's like they bring out like an act to perform or something like that. But if that was the case, they should have had it as a song with both of them on it.
Exactly.
Because it just feels very out of place, especially for this to be a slot on his last album, and it's taken up by a Kid Laroi song that just doesn't. Now, make any
this
sense.
is no Kid Laroi disrespect.
Of course not.
For the songs that I've heard from him, I enjoy them. That now there you go, can't make a house out of a
go with Juice.
Go
reminds
with Juice,
me of you with Juice again. I really only ever listened to Laroi if Juice is on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I know one of his songs went viral on TikTok. Talk about I'll be fucked up if you can be right.
And that song he had with Justin Bieber too.
Yeah, that was the song.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was the song. I forgot the name of it.
Stay.
Thank you.
I thought so.
Thank you. So it's like his songs are good, and there's another one of his songs talking about "Baby I'm Back." Like that was
I heard that.
Yeah, I enjoy his music, but for him to have his own song on here,
it didn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't know why. There's really not a whole lot of features on this project.
No, it's
funny
not.
Enough.
No,
there's a few here and there,
but
they ain't bad.
And they're not at all. But it just really didn't stand out for me. Like, I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest, because Legends Never Die. I heard that the other day, and I'm like, okay, this is a way better send off.
Way more cohesive. Really showcases his talents at the highest degree. Not just his solo efforts, but his collaborative. You got a healthy mix of like bangers and then more sort of melodic slow cuts. Like song he had with Halsey on there. What's that song called, man?
Even the Man, the Myth, the Legend interlude. Why wasn't this on here? But when I say that, it makes me think that maybe Legends Never Die was supposed to be the send off. You know what I'm saying?
It might, maybe.
That's what I'm starting to think.
It would have been a really, really good way to send them off. Like, honestly, I think it would have been fine if they had left it there.
Starting with that cover art too. Like I'm trying to tell you,
the cover art is legendary for that project. Honestly,
I'm trying to tell you
that project has so many memories for me. Like early college days. Summer 2020 had it on repeat.
Yes, sir.
Juice was in my top 3, 4, 5 most listened to artists easily that year. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like this project isn't terrible, but it ain't the home run that it needed to be. There's no song on here that's going to catch fire like Wishing Well did.
Right.
Because a lot of the songs on that album, Legends, caught fire for real.
Oh, yeah.
Like, them songs were going crazy back then, but honestly, I don't really see anything off this project having legs like that outside of the Juice WRLD community. And a lot of that is due to the fact that some of these songs are leaked songs that ended up making the album. Now, they weren't necessarily the songs people were hoping and expecting for. There is a rumor that songs like Rental is going to end up dropping with the deluxe. Jury's still out on that.
Yeah, we'll see.
But overall, to be real with you, it's a very middle of the road project. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It feels more like a cash grab than anything.
I don't see myself going
no disrespect, but
because tell you the truth, listening to this album just made me want to go back and listen to all of his older music, to be real with you. Not even just the song, not even just the music that he released while he was here, but I mean even the first 2 albums after he passed.
Yeah, I agree, man. It is definitely disappointing. I'll give it a 5.5. It was, like I said, not because the album is a 5.5. It's just what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And how it just kind of drags it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like it is kind of unfair to judge this album based off of like the idea that certain songs didn't make it, so that automatically means it's bad. Because at the end of the day, if the music that was released was up to quality and up to standard for real, that's one thing. But I feel like this project is just kind of meh.
Yeah, it's just meh. Like not terrible, but not mind-numbingly great either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But anyway, man. With that being said, shoot, I've been Jay.
This been Rodney.
We are LATD. Y'all stay tuned for more videos, and remember, look at the details. Peace.